Manchester United 0, West Ham United 2. Well, if ever we needed a game to win, I guess this was as good as any. Team selection was a surprise. I'm at Manchester Station, by the way, so it might sound a bit noisy, and I hope you can hear me. Team selection, we've got to admit, we all looked at it and wondered what on earth Graham Potter was up to. 5 at the back didn't necessarily surprise me, but he started with Wan-Bissaka out on the left and Vladimir Soufal out on the right wing back. So that was one kind of surprise. Aaron Cresswell in the back 3 as well. And you know what? Aaron Cresswell, every time he's played in the back 3, has never really let us down, to be quite honest with you. And he had a solid performance today. So did Soufal. Soufal plays with his heart on his sleeve, and he put in a great shift. And then the 3 in the middle, Rodriguez, which was another surprise. Souček as well. And then 2 up front with Kudus and Bowen. And we just thought, oh yeah, and James Ward-Prowse in the middle as well. And we just thought it was going to be backs against the wall. It was going to be a defensive masterclass. That's exactly what was going to happen. It didn't look like we were going to put any endeavour into the game. It looked as if we were just going to go out there and just try and defend. And that wasn't the case. We actually controlled the game. The first half, we controlled it. We were in it, okay? People are going to say, and people have already said, yeah, but Man United are crap. Look, I don't care how crap they were. It's what we do that matters. And what we did was we put in a controlled performance. We were passing the ball around confidently. We didn't look under pressure at all in the first half. And we went 1-0 up. We deserved it. It was odd because we all thought, given it's at the other end of the pitch, we all thought it was Kudus that scored. But then we saw Souček swirling away. He put the ball in the net. And how valuable has Thomas Souček been to West Ham United? I keep saying it. Everyone keeps saying, sell him, get rid of him. And it is a dilemma with Thomas Souček. 30 years of age, 2 years left on his contract. And in a way, you'd argue that this would be the right time to sell him. But you know what will happen? Thomas Souček is the sort of player that will put in this kind of performance. He's got another couple of years left in him. He's not the fastest player. He doesn't rely on pace to do what he does. And that's why we are likely to keep him, because he doesn't rely on pace. He can do what he does. He's a bit of a disruptor. And he was a leader today. He was a leader out there today. And he did well. Good first half, good solid first half. We went into the half time deserving the lead, and we came out in the second half, no changes, and we picked up where we left off. Again, people are going to go, yeah, but it's a poor Man United team. Look, the league table doesn't lie. Both teams have been poor this season, you know, in or around the same part of the league, you know, not winning games, etc. But given that we're on a par with them, that we're both poor this season, you've got to just do what you have to do and put the effort in. And I think we did just that. Getting the second goal was superb. Jarrod Bowen, yet again, scoring a vital goal, and that was good to see. And then, of course, the subs happened, and here we were again questioning what on earth was Potter doing. He brought Kudus and Bowen off, so you got rid of that threat up front, and he brought Fulkrug on and Soler on. Soler was poor. Fulkrug didn't really do much. Kind of weakened us, to be quite honest with you. Now, I understood why he tried to do that, because after we scored our second goal, we just ended up dropping deep and deeper and deeper, and I thought, here we go again. We're trying to sort of defend the 18-yard box rather than try to do what we were doing earlier in the game. And by bringing Fulkrug on, I understood it. You had a target man you can aim the ball at. But Soler, I think, was a bit of a waste. I don't think he really did that much. But anyway, the best player on the pitch today, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And the Manx must be wondering, why on earth did they get rid of Aaron Wan-Bissaka for £15 million to a team like West Ham United? He absolutely dominated the game today. He's superb on the left-hand side. And it's great to have such a versatile defender who can do as well on the left as he can as he does on the right. And when he was moved over, when Emerson came on, he was moved over to the right. He was just terrorising Man United on the right-hand side instead of on the left. And Maswani, I don't know who his replacement was at Man United, didn't get a sniff. Wan-Bissaka against Mashwani, whatever his name, and Wan-Bissaka won hands down. Areola, look, few players who could have lost the game for us today. Areola was one with his kicking, not very good. It improved, ironically, as the game wore on. He got better commanding his 18-yard box, but it did take about an hour for him to start doing that. And I guess being 2-0 up gave that confidence as well. But Rodriguez, the number of times he misplaced passes, especially in the first 10 minutes of the game, kept misplacing passes, and I thought, good grief, that was going to be a mistake. But thankfully we got through that. And ironically, Rodriguez put in a shift as well. There's not one player that didn't put a shift in today. And what was interesting about the team selection is Graham Potter, I think, put a message out there. He put a team of grafters out there, a team that were going to, carve out a result, a team that were going to play beyond, that demonstrating that they're capable of being able to put in a good shift. But then you'd argue, well, then he's putting a team of grafters, but half that team of grafters are going to go in the summer, and that's true. But I think what Potter was trying to say was, this is the type of team I want. I want a team who's going to put effort in. So when Creswell and Soufal are gone, he's going to go and buy himself players who are similar ilk, younger but similar, players who are going to put a shift in, grafters. Now, Lucas Paqueta, apparently there's a story as to why he's not been selected. He was on the bench. We don't know if he picked up an injury, but it looks as if quite possibly looks like he's going to be giving evidence this coming week for the FA hearing, and it's quite possible that the reason why he didn't play any part was because of his mental state. We saw him crying last week when he got the yellow card, and he was available, but he was on the bench, and it looks like maybe Graham Potter decided to take him out of the spotlight so he can focus on what's coming up this week with regards to the FA hearing. Alvarez was back, and maybe he really did have a bad back, which is why he didn't get to play the last few games, but he came on as a sub, and even he put in a decent shift as well. Look, this was a much needed win in terms of, just for the morale of the team. Got 2 games left now, and it'd be lovely if we can actually win both those games before the season ends. We're now up to 15th, and we're now fighting for 13th place in the league. And if we ended up finishing 13th, 14th, you know what, after such a hard season, you're going to be alright with that, aren't you? Not alright, but relieved that we're not the 4th worst team in the Premier League. West Ham fans, again, turned up in numbers, as we always do. And we do like taking the piss, don't we? When we started singing to the Man United fans that they're not going to be as big a C's if they beat Spurs, that was funny. Look, relief. I'm not going to lie, I felt a sense of relief. We had the 20 minutes in the second half where we dropped too deeply, but then the changes started to take effect, especially Alvarez coming on and Fulcrum coming on as a target man, and that sort of helped us a little bit. But a relief that we actually won a game, a relief that we've got through this with a clean sheet, a relief that the players have got something to take from the efforts that they put in. And if you look at some of the games, especially the away games, against Brighton, against Liverpool, games like that, they've been fine margins. I mean, had we had a few more points from those games, if we'd have won rather than lost or drawn, we'd have been 3-4 points better off than we currently are. We play better away from home. I don't know why that is. Maybe the fans are more got a bigger voice away from home. We were sang. Man United fans were as quiet as hell, and maybe because it's an away game, we put more effort in terms of our the fans. At home, it was insipid. But then you look at Man United fans; they were as insipid as we are when we're at home. No atmosphere at Man United today with a 70-odd thousand crowd. No atmosphere at all. But that's what's happening in the Premier League. The away fans are the ones that seem to be creating more of an atmosphere. Look, I'm relieved. I think it was a good performance. I don't care how crap Man United were. It was what we did, and we did the business today. We controlled the game. We scored deserved the 2 goals that we scored. We kept a clean sheet. Good for morale, and we move forward to the next game against Forest.